is up, Ham Radio? Kilo Echo 8, Papa Zulu November, the Ham Radio Adventure Guy. Thanks for stopping by. Your one stop for everything Adventure Radio. We got a great video today for you. We got the Delaware After Actions Report. Recently, myself and the Three Amigos Radio, James, Tom, and Brian did Delaware in a weekend, and we had an absolute blast. We had so much fun doing this, and gave me my second worked all states. So that was awesome. But I got a little presentation for you here. So we're going to get it started. All right. So first thing we're going to talk about, we coined a new term on the Delaware Rove, and it's called doing a tom. Doing a tom is when you mess something up. And on day number one, we did a few toms. We had a late start getting started. We got going doing a couple parks and stuff like that, and one of the antennas started messing up. Well, we thought it was messing up. We kept switching antennas back and forth and having all kinds of issues. Well, come to find out, we did a tom, and in the back of James' truck, he had coax connectors and stuff, and one of the coaxes had come loose, and we wasn't getting good connections. But yeah, we definitely did a tom on day one. And the bands wasn't that great to start with, but other than that, we did have an amazing time. We did 16 parks on day number one, including this one right here. This is Penelope, and this is the bunker. Probably my favorite park from day one. I had a really good time there. It was the band was weird because we kept getting some kind of interference, but that may have been that coax cable coming loose and stuff like that too. There's the beach in the background there, and really good time. We moved on and started doing some other parks, and having a really good time. So what I'm going to do now is give you a little bit of footage of what it was looking like in the truck while we were activating.
Kilo Bravo 9er, Juliet Quebec uniform. Kilo Charlie 3, Sugar Zulu Hotel. November 4, Charlie Whiskey Bravo. Kilo 8, Paul Quebec.
I missed a bunch.
Yeah, give me a second round.
All right, I missed some of you. We'll start with the list I've got, though. Victor Echo 3, Yankee Tango, November 5-9, Tom.
5-9, Kilo Echo 8, Papa Zulu November.
5-9, Victor Echo 3, X-Ray November Sierra, Stroke Whiskey 3.
5-9, Brian.
VE3, THR, Portable Whiskey 3, 5-9, Tom.
5-9, 7-3, all good signal.
Kilo 9, Alpha Echo Echo, 5-9, Kent.
5-9.
5-9, Papa Zulu November.
5-9.
5-9, VE3 X&S, Whiskey 3.
5-9.
5-9 from THR.
5-9.
So that's basically what it looked like, going around in the truck, each activation. Not all of our activations were in the truck, but the majority of them were, because again, we're doing a whole state in 3 days. So we got to be moving and stuff like that. So that's kind of how that went. So next we stopped for lunch. Here's Tom, or not Tom, Brian and James out at the lunch, and here's a little. Most days, quick sandwiches and stuff like that out of the back of the truck, and then we were on the way to go. So next, we're going to talk about the shenanigans that may have happened on day one, because there was definitely a few of these. I hope you guys can read that sign here. Let's just give you a better view. Closed, no entry, huh? And then of course, Tom's pretty tall there, ain't he? What's he covering up? Anyway, we ended the evenings, every evening actually, with some more activating at the home park and a campfire every evening. So lots of fun. All right. So before we move on to day number two, I did want to tell you that only these 4 guys right here can end up on one day at Ass a Woman and then the next day still be at Blue Balls. So anyway, on to day number 2. Day number 2, my favorite part, well, there was 2 favorite parts, but one of my favorite parts of the whole trip was activating with Toby. I've known Toby pretty much her whole POTA career, and she's pretty much the huntress queen. And it was just an absolute pleasure to work with her. Her husband's not pictured in this picture because he's taking the picture, but it was great to meet him as well. So that was a lot of fun meeting her, and one of my highlights of the trip for sure. So next we're gonna go straight into the. I mean, there was a lot of activation in between here, of course, but we're gonna go straight into the meetup part, and the meetup was something I really was excited about. I like doing meetups and stuff like that. So it's always great to meet new people, and we get to the meetup, and I see a familiar face, and I'm like, "What is he doing?" So he was activating. That was Hayden. He was activating, but what the heck was he activating with? He was activating with this really cool radio.
Niagara Falls, QSL.
Roger, Jim. Thank you for the 5-8, Niagara Falls, New York. You're 5-9. Something just happened that the band's cleared a little bit in the Park Kilo 8743 in Pennsylvania.
Great. Yeah, you sound like FM up here. Great signal, Judy. Have a great afternoon, 7-3.
So that is an old military briefcase ham radio. And of course, I've got to make a contact with it. We're not starting our activation yet because we're waiting for some more people to get to the meetup. But I went ahead and...
She's like
Roger, Judith. Same to you. Have a great day.
She's like half.
Give me a shout. 73.
Roger, 73. QRZ.
Whiskey 8, Lima, Oscar, Golf.
I heard a station I think ended in Oscar Golf.
Whiskey 8, Lima, Oscar, Golf.
Whiskey 8, Lima, Oscar Golf. The is Kilo Charlie 3, Juliet Alpha Sierra. You're 5-6 in the Park Kilo 8743 in Pennsylvania.
QSL 5 and 9 into Delaware. Thanks for the contact and have a great activation.
Roger. I want to verify your call sign. It is Whiskey 8 long. Roger that.
QSL.
Okay, thanks for the Delaware, 73.
Park?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
Sure,
I just threw my club call.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Juliet, Quebec uniform.
Kilo Bravo Niner, Juliet, Quebec uniform. You're 5-9er, James, November Charlie.
Juliet, Quebec uniform.
5 and 9 from PZN.
5-9, James.
Kilo 3, Juliet Romeo Zulu 5-9.
59er.
Kilo Bravo 3, Golf Radio Golf. 5-9, Kurt.
All for Hayden at 5-9 plus.
Victor Echo 3, Tango Hotel Radio, Portable Whiskey 3 5-9.
KB9.
Good 5-9er.
QU.
X&S Stroke Whiskey 3, 5 and 9.
Beautiful 5-9.
Alpha Echo 3, November Echo 5-9.
And the best 5-9 of all.
Now that was the actual activation that we did at the meetup, and the people from the meetup, and we'll get to them some pictures right here. A few new faces to me, and this old to me face. I always glad to meet up with Hayden. I also wanted to show you a really cool part of day number 2. Let me find it right here. I got to actually. That was pretty cool. That was at one of the parks at day number 2 as well. So day number 2 was an awesome time, and of course we ended it with activating the home park and another campfire. So the stats for day number 2 was supposed to be 16 parks, but we actually did 17 because we picked up a bonus park in New Jersey, and that we just happened to drive right by on our way through it. So we're like, we got to get this. So good stuff. So day number 3, we're going to go ahead and get the stats for day number 3 here. All right. day number 3 will start, and we'll go ahead and tell you our first tom of day number 3 was somebody forgot a cable back at the campground, and I'm glad they did, because I like to get eagles at all my parks that I do locally, but it's not often I get to see and get a picture of an eagle up close. And when we turned around, I got to get this picture of this eagle. So that was some really cool stuff right there, and I really enjoyed that. All right, let's get to the next slide here. We did do a little bit of sightseeing on day number 3. If any of you guys like NASCAR, you probably know where this is. There was a little bit of shenanigans here with some of the pictures. I didn't have the pictures those guys took for the shenanigans that they pulled off there, but there was some funny stuff going on there as well. A little back view of one of the parks we did. Very beautiful, nice view. I did POTA so hard that day that I had smoke coming out of my head. You're really working it when you got POTA coming out of your head. That's for sure. But hold on, let's go back to this, because before we get to that, I want to get to a little bit of video from day number 3, and we must have made a good impression on Toby and her husband on day 1 when they activated with us, because they came back.
Kilo November 4, Victor Kilo Whiskey, 5 and 5 and 6 NRD.
5-9 Alpha Delta 2 Charlie Delta.
5 and 5 Kilo Echo 8 Papa Zulu November.
5 and 5 VE3X Nest Stroke Whiskey 3.
5-9 Alpha Delta 2 Charlie Echo.
And Victor Echo 3 Tango Hotel Radio Portable Whiskey 3 5-9.
So yeah, that definitely was awesome. They came back and they did 2 parks with us, including the one that everybody told us was going to be closed. And if you didn't see my video, it was definitely open. But good stuff. Good to get Toby back out again and spend some more time with her and her husband James. Very good time. So eye on the prize, the very last park right here in Delaware. This wrapped up Delaware for us, and we had a really good time, doing Delaware. A little bit of stats, a little bit over 3,200 QSOs for the weekend. There was 91 people who hunted me every single day at least once. Top hunters, there was a tie for first with Kilo November 4 Victor Kilo X-Ray Yankee and Whiskey. Second place would have went to Kilo 8 Golf Quebec. Third place was Kilo Bravo 9er Juliet Quebec Uniform. Fourth place was Kilo 9er Alpha Echo Echo. And fifth place, congratulations to a very new POTA person, Kilo Juliet 4 VLF. Congratulations, Jacqueline, for fifth place. Good job hunting. So we ended up back at the campground again for a little bit of a celebratory campfire. Some adult beverage, compliments of Alpha Delta 2 Charlie Delta and Alpha Delta 2 Charlie Echo. So had a good time. And it was a great trip overall. I'm really happy with this trip. And it's great to have another state totally activated. This trip was possible because I have some really awesome Patreons, and I appreciate each and every one of them for everything they do for me and all my adventures. So shout out to them. Shout out to all the hunters and people like that who held frequencies for us and made this rove possible. We appreciate each and every one of you. If you like this video from Ham Radio Adventure Guy, click up here in the corner and watch another one. And while you're at it, click down here in the corner, subscribe. Make sure and follow us on all social media sites. And as always, thanks for sharing my adventure with me.